There's no way.
Final seconds, no fouls to give.
No f***ing way.
Haliburton looking.
This can't be happening again.
Haliburton driving, pulls off, jump shot.
If this goes in, there's gotta be some serious black magic going on. Minus 500 for OKC. That was the Vegas line for Game 1 against the Pacers. That's basically David versus Goliath level disrespect. But to be fair, it made sense. This OKC team won 68 games. That's tied for the 6th best regular season in NBA history. LeBron's never done that. Kobe's never done that. That's how rare 68 wins is. Add to that, their defense, smothering. Their bench, deep. Their legs, young. And of course, SGA, the MVP, the free throw merchant, the foul artist, James Harden 3.0. Now, look at the Pacers. Their superstar is disrespected by half the league.
I might want to come to Indy.
Come on, let's make it work.
Never in my life. I'd rather retire.
To make matters worse, he was literally voted the most overrated player in the league this year. Didn't even make the All-Star game. Half a year ago, the man was benched for pretty much the entire Olympics. Not even good enough to be a role player. And on their way to the finals, people clowned them for beating 2 injured teams and a coach who ran his starters into the ground. I was honestly starting to feel bad for Haliburton. Yeah, he talks a little trash on the court, but that's just part of the game. Off the court, he's a chill dude. Normal, likable, not doing too much. And sure, his dad gets a little fired up, but come on, that's just love for the game. You know how I've made this year's playoffs way more fun to watch? By trading on Kalshi. Now that we're in the finals, every moment feels bigger, and trading on each game just adds that extra layer of intensity. Think OKC's gonna take it? Or will the Pacers pull it off? Just pick your side. Click OKC or click Pacers. That's it. It's fast, simple, and here's the crazy part. Kalshi is legal in all 50 states. This is the only place where you can legally trade on real-world events like this. And I've been using it throughout the playoffs. Sometimes to go with my gut, other times just to see what the market thinks. Because when people are putting real money on the line, that's when it gets real. Forget the polls. This is what people actually believe. And it's not just sports. Kalshi has markets on almost everything. Politics, movies, music, crypto, sports, and more. So if you're ready to level up how you watch the game, use my link in the description. Because the first 500 traders who trade 100 contracts will get a free $10 credit. Yup, free, no strings attached. So, if you're watching the finals like me, why not make it even more exciting? Check out the link in the description to get started. The game started exactly how everyone expected. Smothering defense.
Turnover from Toppin. And it's going to be a backcourt violation. And 6 turnovers now for Indiana.
The Pacers couldn't get anything going. Actually, scratch that. They were doing everything wrong. Pacers fans had to be sick watching that first quarter. I mean, turnover after turnover after turnover. They had 9 turnovers to just 8 made shots in the entire first quarter. That's rough, like really rough. How do you have more turnovers than buckets?
As soon as you bring that ball down, it is over. It is over against this team.
I get it. OKC's defense is elite, but 9 turnovers and 8 field goals? That's just ugly. And you know how I knew SGA wasn't playing around? Before the game even tipped off, the man was locked in, already practicing free throws, like he knew he'd be living at the line. And sure enough, from the very first quarter, he was in full control, setting the tone, doing his thing.
He knows Shea is trying to draw contact, but this right here is the balance and the shot making
of Gilgeous-Alexander.
The Pacers thought they knew what flopping looked like. I mean, they just played Brunson in the Knicks. But SGA's flops? Different tier. Whole new level of art. No wonder the line was minus 500. OKC was straight up bullying the Pacers.
SGA on the spin. It's in the paint. Left-handed off the glass. Another sweet move.
They looked like a well-coached high school varsity team, pressing full court, forcing turnover after turnover, getting shots up before Indiana could even breathe. And by the end of the first half, the numbers backed up the eye test. That wasn't just dominance. It was a message. In the third quarter, there was a hilarious play that pretty much sums up what a lot of fans have been saying about the officiating. Okay, look at Lou Dort here. The man literally wraps up and holds Thomas Bryant, swings him around, and somehow the refs actually call it for the Pacers. Now, as you can see, this is an obvious foul. But look at Lou Dort's reaction. He's saying, "What? What did I do? I never get called on that." This is exactly what fans have been complaining about, that the Thunder seem to get away with everything. They're so used to getting away with those calls that even Hartenstein, their center, looked confused and annoyed. He didn't just stand there. He actually went over and complained to the ref like, "Wait, we're really getting called for that?" And speaking of Hartenstein, on the very next play, he clearly fouls Mathurin. Right on the wrist and arm, no question. But hey, with how OKC's been allowed to defend all year, I guess it's not just hand is part of the ball. Now, the wrist and forearm count too. But you'd think he got the ball with the way he reacted. He complained so much, the coach actually burned a challenge on it. But then it gets even better, like pure comedy. Because after clearly seeing the replay on the big screen, Hartenstein still walks up to Mathurin at the line and tells him it's not a foul. Mathurin, on the other hand, is just standing there like, "Wait, what do you mean? That's not a foul?" Look, I'm not saying OKC doesn't play great defense, but this is exactly the kind of stuff that makes fans feel like a huge part of their defense is just getting away with stuff. Especially back in that OKC-Denver series. People were furious at how Alex Caruso was defending Jokic. It caused such an uproar that some other YouTubers even made 20-minute breakdowns on it. And this fan probably said it best. Caruso's defense versus Jokic would foul him out in 5 minutes if it was SGA on the other side. That's what everyone gets pissed about. Anyway, there was a bit of back and forth from that point on, all the way late into the fourth. But honestly, I, and probably everyone watching, fully expected OKC to close it out. So I started scrolling through what fans were saying online, and man, some of these takes were hilarious. Do y'all think Dort practices flopping off screens in practice? It's kinda impressive how ESPN managed to find the least likable people in basketball and give them jobs. Serious question, how is every screen Caruso doing not moving? PG deserves a statue for building our core for us. Then, just as the game was winding down, every time the Pacers made a push, SGA would start doing his usual tricks. Drawing contact, slowing the pace, doing his thing. And I'm thinking, yep, that's game. Until I saw one of the strangest calls I've ever witnessed.
In the playoffs at the free throw line, they're going to call a lane violation on the second missed free throw.
A lane violation. They called a lane violation in the clutch. The weirdest part about this call was that it wasn't even made right away. The ref waited until after the free throw was missed to call it. And then it gets even stranger. If you watch the footage, it doesn't even look like the ref is watching the lane. His eyes look like they're on the ball the entire time. This was bizarre. Either the refs were trying to make things interesting, or maybe they were keeping an eye on the spread. I don't know. But one thing's for sure, it was a pivotal moment. And for once, the Thunder were getting a taste of their own medicine. After that, the Pacers knocked down a couple of threes, and one of them straight up put SGA on skates.
Nembhard steps back, three-pointer. Got it! Three-pointer from Nembhard.
From there, it turned into a tug of war. The Pacers kept chipping away, inch by inch. Then, SGA tried to ice the game, but came up short. Honestly, he probably wishes he flopped instead. And just like that, the Pacers are running, and the ball finds Haliburton. And I'm still sitting there thinking, no way, no fucking way he's about to hit this. Nobody's that lucky.
Driving, pulls up, jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 0.3 of a second remaining.
Sheesh! The entire world exploded. Again. How does this guy keep doing it? SGA looks sick. His legs froze. His brain flopped. Guys, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Knicks, and now OKC? How? How does this dude keep ripping hearts out like this? Man, I don't want to jinx it, but if Haliburton actually pulls this off, a lot of egos are going to take a hit. This wouldn't just be an upset. It would be one of the craziest underdog runs in NBA history. And I can't help but wonder what Joel Embiid's thinking right now.
I might want to come to Indy.
Come on, let's make it work.
Never in my life. I'd rather retire.